Hi, it's Nigel. I want to talk about money. Some of the first things people think about church, you go, if you're going to go to church, they only want your money. Well, yeah, I guess that's true. They prefer to have your money. I think the thing that we've heard most recently in the news has been over in America with the Clintons about pay to play. A bit like the church, really. So you've got to go to church, pay to play, £20 per person per week. So you pay your Sunday subs and everyone's happy. And the money goes towards funding the church, funding salaries, funding bits and pieces in and around the church. But ostensibly, you've got to pay to play. But the bottom line is, God doesn't want your money. Not interested in your money at all. All he wants to make sure is that money hasn't got you. He doesn't want it. He doesn't need it. He didn't invent it. Let that sink in for a bit. God didn't invent money. It came from Babylon, as people understand, which, if you're in the know, that's where Satan established himself. So, money comes from Satan. Satan wants you to claw and grab it and take hold of it and focus everything on money. God's not interested, doesn't want it. And if you want to look at the giving the 10%, that type of thing, God doesn't want 10%, he wants 100%. So when it comes to money and the church and faith and Christianity, all that kind of stuff, it all gets mixed up. So the bottom line is, God doesn't want your money. He wants you to be able to give cheerfully because it means you haven't got to care about it. Yes, you've got to be good stewards of it, but not to the point where it's actually got you. I heard a sermon some while ago where a pastor turned around and said, look, we've just done our budget, we're 70 grand short, and there's a couple of people sitting in front of me that could actually write a cheque out for 70 grand right now. Change your budget, get rid of your staff. The bottom line is, in my opinion, we are the church, the flesh and blood people, individuals. We make up the church, not the buildings. There's 50,000 churches in the UK. Yeah, 50,000, give or take. 60 years ago, 10 million people went to church. Now, 6 million, 60 years ago, 10 million people went to church. Now, 4 million go to church. That's 6 million people over 60 years. Do the maths. Yeah. So, at the bottom line is that with that many people leaving the church, there's something missing. Something's not registering. Something's having an impact. And if you go back during the 60s, the NIV came out. Everything mixes in together with the fact of unbelief within the church, unbelief within individuals. And a lot of it, and I know I started off on money, but people will try and latch onto anything they can. Religion starts wars. Yeah, religion does start wars. But understand the difference between religion and faith. So the bottom line is, Catholics, Jesuits, yeah, Spanish Inquisition, yeah. So the Catholics create and started loads of wars. Jesuits created more wars than anyone else. But no one really talks about that. So there's so much lack of understanding about what the church, what the organised church had done, and what true faith in God and Jesus is about. They're poles apart. And that's why I'm doing these videos. Just these short videos, just to start piquing your interest about what Christianity is about. And why would someone like me, for example, who had nothing to do with the church all my life up until 7 years ago. So at the end of the day, if I'm prepared to get on a video and talk about this, I have not been sucked into this happy clappy environment. The bottom line is, true Christians, they'll have your back. They'll look after you. They'll watch after you. Yeah, they'll go back to back and side by side and make sure you're taken care of. Church stuff, well, you're just funding people's salaries, funding people to go and play abroad, do a bit of charity work here and there. But the bottom line is, it's not church. I mean, in Acts 2:41, I think it is, thereabouts, true Christians chucked all their money in the middle and made sure everybody had what they needed. Now, if you pitch up at any church, I'm really stuffed, I've got a real problem. They go, well, you best go to the local council about that, we can't help you. So the thing about Christianity and faith is, you've got to understand it and to see where the power is. And it's not putting our trust in people, it's putting our trust in God and Jesus and what it says in the Word. Anyway, enough of me for now. Speak to you next time. Bye for now.